Dear students and my dear viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Today we are going to start another lesson in the textbook of English, class 10th. The lesson is titled as The Merchant of Venice. This lesson is an extract from Tales from Shakespeare. It's a book written by Charles Lamb. Before we will talk about the story that has been narrated in this lesson, The Merchant of Venice, we will talk about Shakespeare, whom this is all about. Then we will talk about the author of the book Tales from Shakespeare, that is Charles Lamb. So let's begin with some talk about William Shakespeare. Dear students, you must remember that Shakespeare was one of the pioneers of English poetry and drama. He is the towering personality in English literature. So he was born in 1564 and he died in 1616. William Shakespeare was born in Stratford-upon-Avon. It's a part of England. He was the son of a prominent town official. Among 8 children of his parents, he was the third child. He received excellent education with heavy focus on grammar and literature. He was married at the age of 18 to Anne Hathaway when she was 26 years old. He was later on pregnant with his child. The first child was a daughter, Susanna, and Susanna was born in 1583. Then after followed the twins, Hamnet and Judith. Hamnet and Judith, these were born in 1585, 2 years after Susanna. But unfortunately, Hamnet died at the age of 11, and it gave greater shock to the great poet William Shakespeare. The period between 1585, that means after the death of Hamnet, up to 1592, this period is known as the lost years, L-O-S-T, lost years of Shakespeare, because there are no documentary records of Shakespeare's activities, what he did and what he wrote. After that, he moved to London around 1591 and became an actor. He started playing in the dramas as an actor. He worked with Lord Chamberlain's company of players, which was later known as the King's Men. Along with acting, he also wrote some of the most renowned works of literature and studied literature written in the English language. This was his golden period when he progressed academically too much. He wrote his poems that are famously known as his sonnets, and he also wrote his plays, and his plays they belong to the categories like comedies, tragedies and histories. Among his plays, which are known as comedies, are All Is Well That Ends Well. These are plays, dramas. Similarly, As You Like It, Comedy of Errors, Major for Major, Midsummer Night's Dream, Taming of the Shrew, Much Ado About Nothing, Twelfth Night, Merchant of Venice. And this is the play, Merchant of Venice, that we are going to deal with in this lesson. We have a tale from it, from this Merchant of Venice. Then there are his famous tragedies: Julius Caesar, Hamlet, Macbeth, Othello, Romeo and Juliet, and King Lear. These are the tragedies, plays that are tragedies. Then some historical plays, they are King Henry V, King John, Richard II, Richard III. It's believed that Shakespeare had an amazing influence on English language and literature, and it's true. There are some phrases, a lot of phrases are there which are actually introduced by Shakespeare in English language. For example, you can read out these phrases. I couldn't sleep a wink. These are the phrases that were introduced by Shakespeare into English language. He was dead as a doornail. She's a tower of strength. They hoodwinked us. We would better lie low for a while. I am constant as the northern star. It's all Greek to me, which means it's ununderstandable to me. It's all Greek to me. Okay. So it is said that in the later years of his life, he returned to Stratford around 1610, where he lived as a country gentleman in his native place. He was a wealthy person. He owned one of the largest homes in the town. Then he died in Stratford in 1616 at the age of 52. His death was a mystery. It's rumored that he drank too much and contracted a fever, or that he died from a cerebral hemorrhage. Shakespeare lived and wrote during what's known as the English Renaissance, English Revival, which lasted from about 1485 through the 1660s. This period is also known as Elizabethan Age, named after Queen Elizabeth, who ruled England from 1558 to 1603. So that's all about Shakespeare. This was a brief discussion about the life and the works that Shakespeare did throughout his career. We will be talking about Charles Lamb, who has actually compiled the stories that are narrated by Shakespeare in his different plays. Then he has compiled these stories in a single book, Tales from Shakespeare. So we'll be talking about the author Charles Lamb in the next video. I think it's enough for today. Thank you very much.